Okay, I thought that disk loading noise was going to go on forever. Welcome everybody, this is Thorn with the Game Design Lexicon. Today, we are playing Deathlord for the Commodore 64. Long awaited, I guess. Few times that I've been supposed to start it and haven't, thanks to me not feeling all that great. I gotta be completely honest, after reading up on this game, I do have to say that I am a little bit on the apprehensive side, and that so far, everything that I've read about it show that it's typically a very difficult game. So we'll see. We'll see. Let me get that going. Where it looks like we're probably going to need some music. Oh, great. Oh, so my okay. So my OBS crashed at the beginning of the stream. And now it doesn't have any of my Twitch components in it, which I guess is fine. I don't really need them. About the only thing that I really use during the stream is my Twitch statistics, which tell me, of course, whether I'm connected, how many people are showing up, all that kind of thing. Not much I can do about that now. It seems that... Let's see. Plugin manager. Dude, the new OBS is kind of piecing me off. It's balls. Yeah, it's not even showing the dock in the friggin' docs menu for the Twitch stuff. I'll worry about that after stream. Hopefully, I'll be able to judge what's going on Twitch just on the fly. We'll see how that works. So, let's get some music going and see what I can find here. How about some October jazz? How does that sound? Maybe. Sure, why not? Why not? So today we are playing Deathlord for the Commodore 64. Wonderful 8-bit CRPG. Weird story behind this one. Apparently, at one point in time, Richard Garriott was touring Electronic Arts Studios they were looking at working together, possibly Electronic Arts buying out Origin. Which, of course, they eventually did, right? But while Richard Garriott was touring around the studios, he saw them developing this game and noticed how unbelievably alike it was to Ultima, and ended up suing them for it and ended up getting money. From what I understand, he also got a credit on it, too. So let us take a look at... manual. And let's read the intro page, right? So, Emperor's Exhortation. Once my kingdom knew peace. Now it only knows evil. Renegade forces have infested my realm, destroying Codan's second largest city. Their provocations continue unabated, threatening the safety of my people and making travel unsafe in many parts of my kingdom. They approach the seat of my power, lurking insolently in the catacombs under my castle. At the head of the devilry is an outcast wizard. Plans to dispatch him have failed, as he has set up magical barriers that have befuddled even my most experienced scouting parties. As the 9th Emperor of the Kingdom of Codan, I call upon you, brave adventurers, to seek out the source of this living malice and restore calm and civility to Codan. Zur and the Codan Armada, is that it? Anyway, for your success, I promise these riches, 100,000 pieces of gold, and a choice southern lands for each member of your party. Beyond these, you will bring honor to your family name, a name which will be repeated through the centuries with great reverence. Whether you are driven by ancestral duty or adventurous desire, go forth with fortune in your future. Be diligent in your journey. Gird yourself for battle. Recover from the setbacks that may befall you, and above all, pleasure in the nobility of your cause. Remember, he who fights and dies is honored, but he who fights and lives is honored and rewarded. Emperor Nakamoto. So, greetings from the Deathlord. Stupid adventurers. Your weak party is not enough to stop my most slack-spined drone. I would encourage you to stay in the security of your little homes, but I thrive on misery and dread. Your futile quest to stop me is sure to yield just that. What? Your futile quest to stop me? Oh, misery and dread. Got it. Even if you defeat my lowly pawn, you still must answer to me face to face. Should you insist on pursuing this fatal course, I offer these clues. 7 words, 6 items, and your ineptitude prevent us from meeting. So that's a clue. 7 words, 6 items, and your ineptitude. So I'm going to have to obtain 7 words, 6 items to get to them. From what I understand, this game is very open-ended, very non-linear, which means you can pretty much do anything in any order. It's just a matter of exploring, finding what you need to get, and getting to the goal. Your goal in Deathlord is to identify and defeat the source of evil, loose in the world of Lorne. Lorne? I thought it was Kodan. Anyway, if you succeed, you'll earn the gratitude of the Emperor of Kodan, and his promised reward. To do this, you need to collect clues and articles. You also need to build up your party, gathering strength and knowledge to help him accomplish your aims. So, we have multiple races: humans, Toshi, Nintoshi, Kabuto, Gnome, Obaki, Troll, and Ogre. Of course, I'm American, so I'm probably going to butcher the pronunciation of these, and I apologize to any Japanese person and their ancestors ahead of time. Classes, we have a load of classes. So one of the things about the game is that you can have, I think, 6 people in your party, but some people are limited to evil or good, and you can't mix and match, right? So you want to make sure that you have all good, all neutral, or all evil people in your party. You can't have, like, opposing ones, I think. So what we are going to do is we're going to create a party, and this is probably going to take a while, because I'm not really sure what I'm going to do. We got 2 different types of wizards, we got 2 different types of priests, we got 4 different types of thieves, and we got, 7 different types of fighters, right? So let's get started, huh? Sooner we get started, the sooner we get to it. Okay, and that was weird. Oh, no, that's right, okay. Okay, so character options. Now, another thing about this game is, from what I understand, is it has permadeath, meaning that when you die, when a character dies, it automatically saves it to the disk, which is a pain in the ass. So I'm taking precautions. I will be using both state saves and copying my scenario disks. So there's 2 scenario disks, and I created them ahead of time. So, and that's the party that it gives you starting out. And I am going to terminate characters, disperse existing group. I think I got my scenario disk in there already. No group on disk. Okay, so terminate. Yes. Don't want. We're going to go ahead and delete all the characters here, and then we're going to create a new party. And then once we're done doing that, we'll make backups of our disks and our first state save. As a matter of fact, once I get done terminating everyone here, I'm going to make my first state save. Keyboard commands on this are a little wonky. I do have the command reference up just in case. Because it's going to be a bit to learn it. Apparently, you can also do macros in the game, which is really interesting. We'll see how that goes. So, not the most user-friendly game. I can kind of understand why I didn't do a lot with it when I was a child. So, let's conjure a new character. So, let us... Now, there's no age things like there were in fantasy, so I'm not worried about that. So we're going to make, let's make 2... Okay. So let's try and shoot for neutral, right? Let's make 2 wizards, 2 priests. That's 4, 5, 6, no. 2 priests, 1 wizard, 1 thief, 1 fighter, right? Maybe? So, that is what we will do. I'll have to look at the alignments and see about making the proper alignments. I don't know if there's a chart for that. So, let's start off with 2 fighters, right? So, for fighters, I want a Yabin Jin and a Senshi. Maybe? Okay. It. Class, Senshi. The ultimate mercenaries. Senshi hire out to any mission that pays well. The combat-hungry Senshi can wear any armor and use any weapon. And then I also wanted a Yabanjin. Maybe? A Yabanjin or a Kichiagi. Yabanjin. Northern and primitive to the core. Yabanjin are instinctively survivalist and tough in a fight. What they lack in technique, they make up in sheer meanness. They shun heavy armor, so maybe not those guys. No wonder why they have so many hit points, though. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I can see the limit in the armor. Kichiagi? Kichiagi, come battle time. Kichiagis go into a frenzy, which gives them great strength, but leaves them prone to attacks from opponents. Like Yabajin, they avoid heavy restrictive armor. So these guys are a little bit better as far as restrictive armor. So let's do that. Let's do Senshi and Yabajin. So Senshi's going to need charisma and strength. Yabajin's going to need strength and constitution. So strength and charisma, that kind of sucks. Toshi? So the classes, or the races that they have, basically are just regular names. Here, let me switch this back over so you can see what I'm looking at. So the races are regular races like you would expect to have in a normal fantasy environment. They're just named different stuff. I'm sure they probably have, since there were Eastern Asian people that helped develop this game, I'm sure there's some sort of historical accuracy to it, but I can't attest to that because I gotta admit, Japanese and Chinese medieval history are not my strong suit. They never have been. I'm very interested in it, and I love the aesthetic. And I do know a bit about Mongolian warfare from a bit of my history, but man, past that, yeah, no idea. So we are going to make Kobito, maximum of 16 charisma, but they can have a troll. Troll would not be good for my Senshi. Senshi needs a 9 charisma. I mean, I could have a troll Senshi. But let's do a troll Kichiagi. A troll Kichiagi and a Kobito Senshi, maybe. So let's look at that. Let's look at that. So let's look at the races real quick. Troll. These homely humanoids are strong but fairly slow-witted for spellcasting. Senshi is the best class for them, huh? But if truly desired, you can make a troll a Shisai, which a Shisai is a spellcaster, oddly enough. Okay, and then the other one was going to be a, what did we say? A Kobito? No. Yeah, no, a Kobito, that was it. So Kobito, dour, durable race, has a magnificent stamina. Although they aren't large, they are strong and tough. Kobitos prefer to avoid the magic arts since they have a tough time casting spells. They are best as fighters and thieves. So let's reverse that around. Let's make the troll the Senshi. Let's make the Kobito the Kichiagi. So let's start off with those and see if that'll jive. Oh, we forgot about the ogres too. Ogres. Let me read up on ogres real quick. Hybrid species of troll and human. Ogre is stronger than the human and brighter than the troll. Usually fighters and thieves cannot, but no. So let's go ahead and make that troll Senshi, since it kind of recommended that in the thing. So troll, charisma we can't do. So from what I understand, we can sit and do this forever, right? So we do want to make sure that Senshi's in the list. So charisma of 7. Bleh. That's kind of cool that it tells you what they can be. Charisma of 6 first. I thought they had to have a 9 charisma. That's weird. That's interesting. So Senshi, let's go ahead and do him as a Senshi. That's great. 20 strength, size 21. Constitution's 12. Well, let's keep going. What the hell? Oh. Why is this charisma 3? This doesn't... So it says minimum statistics required for a Senshi. 11 strength and a 9 charisma. That doesn't seem true. So... Oh, man. That Constitution... Yeah, let's do that one. That one's awesome. So, yes. We're going to do a Senshi. And let's go ahead and do a good party. And we're going to do all females. This one's going to be Killer. Because she's our killer. Troll Senshi, save this character, yes. So that's one out of the way. And apparently sex in this doesn't matter at all. It has no effect on the game at all. So the next race that we want is going to be a Kobito. A Kobito and... I wonder if I can just hit the first letter of it. Oh no. It's weird that... So it only lets you go upward for... Oh no, there it goes. Okay. Oh, that's weird. So right and left go down. Up and down go up. That's so weird. Kobito. So with this one, again, we want high strength, high constitution. Like a 19 and a 19. Wow, that deck sucks, though. Yabajin and a Kosaku. The fuck's a Kosaku? Kosaku. How does that look on my screen here? Can you see it? Oh, I guess you can, but it's kind of small. Definitely apologize for that. It's not as important as Kosaku. What the fuck is a Kosaku? Oh, there it is. Oh, it's a peasant. That's right. The peasant Kosakus are the untouchables of the realm, mainly because nobody would care to touch them. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. I don't know where they get off with that. So, oh. Shit strength, though. So, strength and constitution. Let's just kind of troll around until I can see those are high enough for me to not go bleh. There we go. How about that? Size isn't great. Intelligence is pretty okay. Dexterity's okay. That is satisfactory. And we are going to make this guy... I mean, I guess we could make him a samurai. Samurai. So, samurai, another honorable order. Samurai takes pride in his or her fighting techniques. They reach their skill peak with special weapons of honor. Let's do that. Let's make him a samurai. What the hell, right? Or her. It's going to be a her. Or can we do samurai? Oh, we can't. Well, Shitsuki. Senshi. Yabajin. Which is one of the fighters again. Kichiagi. Oh, we can't make him a Kichiagi, which is what we're planning to begin with. A Ronin, which is, I think, an evil samurai, which is kind of like, like blah. I don't want to do evil, right? Let's see. Ronins are corrupted brutes who look out for only themselves. That's not very nice. No Yakuza. So, what are... I guess that has something to do with... what class they can actually be. Oh, yeah, so Kobito, is that what I chose? Kobito, right? They cannot be samurai. Oh, shit, dude. They can be Senshi. What else can they be? Yabajin, Kichiagi, Ronin. That's weird that they can be Ronin, but they can't be samurai. And then a troll... Troll can't be samurai, but an ogre can be a samurai. Oop. So let's, I tell you what. Maybe let's... blah, blah, blah. No. Okay, conjure a character. Let's do an ogre. No. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. 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 God damn it, guys. Wow, that isn't even coming up. Like, I haven't seen one instance of this ogre that could be a fucking samurai. What is it? I want a samurai now, dude. I am like, I got a boner for a samurai, so. Toshi, Nintoshi, which are your elves and half elves. Obaki, what is an Obaki? Obaki, darker and dumber version of the Toshi. Yeah, no. So it's like a dark elf. Thieves and assassins. Why can they be samurai? That doesn't seem fair. So, samurai. What does a samurai need again? 11, 11, and 13 in charisma. That's why. This guy's probably just not pulling that 13 in charisma. Yeah, pretty much every roll, charisma is like single digits. So how can one of these guys be a samurai if they can't float that charisma? Okay, let's kill this guy again. And then conjure, let's go back with that Kobito. And then we were going to do a Kichiagi. I should have kept that last one. 18, 16. Meh. If they are going to have to eschew heavy armor, I'm going to want at least a decent dexterity. 19, 16, 10? No. 17, 16, 15. That's pretty good. They're really small, though. Size 3. I love how their size is measured like a shoe size. 19, 19. Shit, dexterity is 7. Holy crap. No, that guy can't be what I want anyway, so. 1974. God damn it. 1914, 13. That's not bad. Now let's keep going. Gotta be picky, man. Gotta be picky with this shit. 1912, 17, no. Okay, 16. Come on. 17, 19, 15. There we go. Kichiagi. It's in the list. So, Kichiagi, good. Female. Name. Can we do Deathmonger? No. Let's see. Well, let's just do Tina. There we go. That's a nice short one for Deathmonger. Save this character. Yes. So now we have 2 fighters. I wonder if we should do... No, we should do 2 priests, right? Probably be a good idea to do 2 priests. I admittedly, while I've read all the instructions on this, I haven't read a lot in the way of like walkthroughs for it, other than to, you know, exemplify the fact that it's hard. So I don't really know what's the best party makeup or anything like that, but I do know that no party makeup is final, so I can always go back and change it if I find that they're not working as well as I thought they would be. So the next question is do I want 3 fighters, a thief, a priest, and a wizard? Or do I want 2 fighters, a thief, a wizard, and 2 priests? That's the eternal question. Priests have a decent amount of hit points. Like, even better than thieves. So, I tell you what, let's, Yakuza, lockpicking, trap neutralizing, not so good at fighting. Yeah, those guys suck. But at least they can wear armor, unlike ninjas and shunkinjas. What is an Anshatsusha? These assassins are better fighters than the Yakuza and also have greater selection of weapons. They possess limited thieving abilities. So I can either go with better thieving and not as much combat. What is the difference between a ninja and a shunkinja? Ninjas are specialists hand-to-hand, benefit secret order. They also aren't too bad with conventional weapons. Shunkinjas, these disciples of holiness resemble ninjas in makeup, but train for enlightenment and not assassination. Less skilled than the ninja in combat. Compensates with some spell ability. So let's do the ninja instead. Right? So let's create ourselves a ninja. Next question is class. Ninjas. Ninjas can be pretty much anything. What is an obake? Darker and dumber version of the Toshi. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do an obaki, huh? And I guess that's a break. We haven't even gotten done with half of our party here. This is Thorn with the Game Design Lexicon. We are currently playing Warlord for the Commodore 64. I'm not going to lie. I'm very daunted by this game. While I am going to try my hardest to make it through it, I'm not guaranteeing that may happen. We'll see if it does. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. But I definitely will be playing it as hard and as long as I can for a while here. So let's go ahead and take a short break, a short musical break. If you do like our content, make sure you give us a follow down below here on Twitch, where we do stream currently Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, noon p.m. till 4 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's GMT-6, or you can catch us over on YouTube for non-live videos. Just hit the subscribe and the alert to know when we're coming out with new videos. I'm going to take a short music break, and I will be right back.